Fishing in Pandaria. Fishing is like cooking in Pandaria in that you can completely level in Pandaria. There's no particularly good reason why you shouldn't, except in the case of alchemy, you might need some oily blackmouth. You could use firefin, snapper, and stone scale eel for leveling alchemy. But really, the only one I think you need is oily blackmouth. So cooking doesn't require fishing to level through old school means. So it only needs the newer fish in Pandaria. Theoretically, you could do the same thing with gathering. You could just gather herbs and ore in Pandaria. However, you probably are. The reason you are gathering is because you have professions that use gathering. So in order to level those, you need to do those completely throughout Azeroth. Fishing isn't like that. So you might need some vanilla fish. There's also the possibility that some people will be leveling cooking the old-fashioned way, so they'll need all of the fish available. So there are occasions where you can make a killing fishing old school fish. I do it because I like it. I enjoy fishing in some places in particular. I like the Tuskar and Northrend. I like fishing with those guys. That's just a really cool place to fish. TBC, I don't really have much fun fishing there. For like catazones, there's in the Twilight Highlands you can fish out fire, volatile fire if you need it for any of your other professions. There's also there's that fish, what's it called? Oh, the albino cavefish is a catafish. That's in Deepholm. People will need that for the Viola of the Sands. So there's a way to make a killing with that too if you time it correctly. That said, you can do all the leveling of fishing in Pandaria. So here I am in the Valley of the Four Winds at Half Hill, which is also where you do your cooking. And here I'm going to learn fishing from Ben of the Booming Voice. It's brand new, starting fresh. You could also learn from our good buddy Nat Pagel, who's down at the Angler's Wharf in Krasarang, and Master Lowe at the Peak of Serenity in Kunle. And I'm not even certain I've ever seen him, Master Lowe. Maybe I have. Anyway, so here I am learning from Ben of the Booming Voice. Now, what's really important about Ben is he also tells you every day where the fish of the day is. This is where a fish will pool, lots of pools concentrated in one area, and you can fish that fish until your legs fall off. And this is really important in fishing. So not only are you fishing to get particular fish for particular foods, but you're also fishing as many fish as you can to turn in for tokens so that you can buy whatever food that you like or need. That's the super duper important part about fishing in Pandaria. Here's a little chart from Wowhead about all the fish and the recipes that they would be used in, but oddly they're missing two things that I see. I don't know why, because I'm pretty sure shrimp and octopus are used in a couple recipes, but I don't see them here. Don't know why. So anyway, all of these will be a fish of the day except for golden carp. That won't happen because you can fish them in open water anywhere. Jewel Danio. I don't think there's a fish of the day for Jewel Danio. That you can find in the Vale of Eternal Blossoms above Goulet Halls in this little mud puddle here. A couple notes about the fish of the day. The majority of them will return multiple fish on each catch. Some do not. I'm thinking that would be red belly mandarin and perhaps the other one's Krasarang paddlefish. They're just like one each. Another thing to notice is that some of them are really inaccessible without having the raft. The Krasarang paddlefish are hard without the raft. I don't even know if any of the pools are reachable without a raft or some other type of, like, if you're a priest, you could float. Yeah, the raft is really useful. The other really important thing is with each area, there will be one giant pool. which I'm fishing in here. Now the giant pool also contains an elite rare. What's this guy's name? Krakenon. And Krakenon will give you a quest item for Nat Pagel, and will also give you a journal that is plus 50 fishing. So that's a quick way to level up your fishing. Now here's one of the fish of the day that return multiple fish on each catch. Here I catch 40 fish in 5 minutes. So if you know how many tokens you need, for each 20 fish, I'll get a token. If you know how many tokens you need to buy ingredients for recipes, this is the math that you'll be doing. So if I get 40 in 5 minutes, in an hour, you could get a shit ton of tokens. Here's our buddy Nat down in Krasarang. Location is noted on the map here. And I recommend when you start fishing to immediately go to Nat and do the dailies that are there so that you can eventually get the raft and the mount. Those are the two important things. They're both very useful. There's also a fishing rod and a hat. They're really not necessary for this game. The raft is great to continue fishing very effectively, and the mount is useful to travel across water at usual mount speeds. And it's also very handy when you experience timeless isle to get around the outside of the isle rapidly. And finally, so with the extra fish that I had fished up, that was 40 in 5 minutes, I'm going to see, what's the guy's name? Merchant Cheng. And I'm going to buy empty vessels from him to fill with the ingredients that I have. And then go over to Nam Ironpaw and turn in those filled vessels for tokens. And with those tokens, you buy the ingredients that you're missing for any recipe you need to make. So you're doing fishing to get tokens, and you should be at half hell also for your garden to grow vegetables. And those two things will greatly reduce the effort necessary to cook in Pandaria. And here's my favorite place to fish in Pandaria.